guys? It's Painkiller already, episode 25. We have MurkaDurkah on today, and why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor, or MurkaDurkah, as you may know, and I've been pestering Woody for quite a while to get me on, and so there you go. I'm the backup for the other guest.
You're not the only one. Nearly on the show like half a dozen times now. There have been times, like, there was one time he was going to be on, and then all of a sudden the phone sex worker was ready, and it was like, I'm sorry, Murka, you got to go.
You're like, oh, hey, Murk, I had a lot of fun playing with you a few minutes ago, but there's just someone better, so I'm going to have to get back.
No, and then there was the, Woody, I would love to do it, except that I won't be on the drinking episode, right? And that was on your side. And then there was the, hey, Woody, I'd love to do it, but I have to study tonight, right? And that one was on your side.
Can't get smashed the night before test.
There you go. So, but then there've been a couple on our side where we're like, oh, sorry, we asked like 4 people at one time and we got more than one yes, and that's how it worked out. So, welcome to the show. You finally here.
Oh, the big time.
I guess so. Hey, topic number 1. I have heard through, a reliable source, and I will say a good 600 sources, that Gold Glove on the You Ain't Grizz Baby podcast has a very tiny penis. So, thoughts? Did you guys hear the episode yet?
I don't listen to any podcasts.
I've never listened.
I don't either.
No? Yeah, well, apparently it came out in their podcast that that the guy's just not really gifted in that way. And, yeah, so it's been all over Twitter. It's been in a couple different videos, and it's just like a widely known truth now that it's small and that the guy's not packing any heat. So, but I saw it, and I didn't see it. That came out kind of wrong. But I saw that. I saw that that meme going around that the guy's not well endowed, and. That I don't know. I don't think it's just that big of a problem.
How big is the penis?
Well, see, now there goes the thing. So he says it's 6 3/4 inches, which actually is not small.
That's over average.
Right, it is. But compared to what people say, it's really small, right? Like I think the announced size ranges from where 6 to 12. Like that's what you admit to. So if he says it's 6 3/4, then the truth might be 4 3/4.
Even then, 4 3/4 is average. At least he ain't got like a baby dick. It's like 3 and under.
Yeah. Like you hear about those people who literally like there's like I think I was on the Discovery Channel. They were talking about there's like a syndrome. Like there's a word for baby dick that's not
it's called micropenis.
That's so much worse.
You guys know so much about this.
Believe it or not, 6 is above average. Yeah, the average penis length is around 4 to 5.5 inches, and it all depends on your body type. You can be packing 4 3/4, and it might still look like a good sized penis if you got a small frame.
I find it difficult to see that a 4-inch penis is big in anyone's scope. Just being frank.
I often wonder how big mine is. So I've got 2 sides of the story here, and here I am talking about my penis. But
in front of a bunch of 16-year-olds, boys.
On one hand, I've been on a couple different swim teams, and I've been on a bunch of different hockey teams. I used to play for 3 teams at one time, so I've seen a lot of cock, in these locker rooms. And as I look around, I don't know. I don't really see myself as that kind of a standout. On the other hand. My wife finds it completely intimidating, and we have to be careful about sort of hitting the bottom because, apparently it's a lot like getting kicked in the balls. If you're too long, it can hurt them in the back. So
this went in a direction I wasn't prepared for. Right out of the gate of this podcast. This is going on Winks' channel. You need to call this the Copcast. What the fuck?
Yeah,
big
so
every week.
These guys, they talk about not being long enough or whatever, and I'm thinking, man, if I were any longer, then this would be like a major problem. I already have to be incredibly careful in a third of the positions that we rock because it can hurt her. And
now, what are your favorite positions for that? for
No,
your cock?
we're not. No, you be quiet. Morka.
We don't care what his favorite positions are.
No. Let's just.
How big do you think you are, Woody? I mean,
how big
you
do
can
I
guess.
think I am?
No, not.
I don't
say
know.
things like this. I don't want to watch your commentaries and be like, that's the guy who told me how big his cock was.
Oh, I'll tell you what
I
mine
don't
is.
like this.
No, Wings, don't even say.
No, please don't.
I'm 6 and 2 inches showing, 7 inches long, full out.
Oh God,
That's
why?
a hell of a show. Yeah, I'm sure I show less than that, but I'm not sure I grow less than that.
Well, I'm talking about a show because I'm overweight, so I have that little inch of fat that it kind of sinks into. But you know what I'm saying.
I think so.
I don't want to imagine what you're saying.
We don't.
Yeah, sadly, I'm really drawing a mental picture here. I'm like, all right, so we got a gut hanging.
I mean,
over
it's
there.
like we've all watched porn. We've seen other guys' cock. I mean, it's not something you need to get uptight about. There's no such thing as homosexuality. Penis is penis. You talk to another guy about your prostate if you get in enough trouble with him. I mean,
I want to go back to what you just said. There's no such thing as homosexuality.
there is no such thing as homosexuality. I mean, seriously, there is homosexuals, but to the point of we're just all talking. We're all straight guys here. So do you
Look,
think it's
bears
gonna make
are
us
human.
homosexual talking about each other's penis? No, like I'm not a
Look, he
bastard
typed,
type.
he typed it in the second I said it.
There's just people.
So
But it's,
on my,
you know what I'm coming at, right?
First of all, let me just
I
say,
do.
Like
So
if I have a
listen-
rash on my dick and I think Woody can help me out and know what it is, I will show him my dick. Like, what is this, Woody? What can I do to fix this?
and
I
you
don't
would
care.
be one of the thousands of dicks that I've seen because I play a lot of sports.
I mean, I've watched a lot of porn. I mean, but
Yeah,
people
but
are just too uptight about
to
homosexuality.
me, it's
dude.
the sports, man. I see 20, 30 at a time. And yeah, I may have seen more than Sasha Grey at this point. I don't know. But a lot. Kyle, you comfortable? You okay?
I don't mind the conversation. It's just I don't understand why these always have to turn into like dick casts. I don't know why. Like it's like, like I don't mind like covering the topic because this is a topic that you've got a background and it's based in our little Call of Duty community or whether because apparently Gold Glove had. That's not small. I don't know what the big deal is. It sounds to me more like he's being honest, and the rest of the people in the podcast are thinking to themselves like, "Damn, that's bigger than mine. Mine's 12 inches."
Wait. Are you suggesting that Hutch's isn't actually 11 inches?
I have never seen.
I know. I've seen the small
I heard
guys. The
that was
small guys are
actually-
usually really, really packing. I can't say he isn't 12 inches.
I
Like
can-
generally, those little scrawny motherfuckers, they usually have like the 12-inch dick with like the 400-pound wife.
See,
Well,
I don't know if the
one thing,
correlation
I
is
don't-
really there, but like,
Yeah.
if a guy's 6'4", he has long arms and he has big feet and he has long fingers and his chest is
I like to
bigger.
contest against that. My fingers are short and stubby.
Really?
Yeah, you can see my hands.
Yeah, they are short and stubby. They're like little hobbit hands.
But
I got my mother's hands. I didn't get my father's hands.
I can tell you this, kids. If you're there worried about length, trust me, like, you don't want to be 12 inches either. You
No.
screw things up. Yeah.
Yeah,
But you always have.
like think about this. All right,
You got to tone it down on the enthusiasm.
Yeah, for those of you who are out there in like high school, do you really think those girls in high school are looking for like some giant like arm-sized dick?
Like a baby's arm. It's like, oh no. Get that thing
Here's
away.
something even worse. You know, people in porn with like these large penises, they have to take what you call liquid Viagra to keep an erection as hard as they can possibly get. Because an 11 or 12-inch cock can't get fully erect because the body doesn't dispel enough blood without straining the heart. So they take a needle and inject their dick to get it hard before the porn session.
What?
I'm dead serious. Dead serious. Like, have you ever seen a porn with a guy with a big dick and it looks all limp and rubbery? It's because he didn't take the shot.
Yeah, it
Lord.
really hurts too.
Oh man.
It's
Wings,
worth
where
it,
did you hear
though.
this? Where did you hear this?
I was watching a documentary called Bigger, Faster, Stronger, and he's
Oh my
talking about
gosh.
steroid usage, and he goes into the porn industry, and the porn stars start showing their steroids, which is a liquid Viagra, and they have to inject in their dick.
Yeah,
I
that's
knew a woman
great
who was in the porn
documentary.
industry. She, I actually knew her because she was on my hockey team, and at the rinks where I play, right, I'm not exactly a Carolina Hurricane. Everyone changes in the same locker room, so she was in the guys' locker room every game, and that's when it kind of came up. She was like, "I used to work in porn. This is no big deal," but she wasn't She was like a cameraman, gopher type person. Like she wasn't actually a participant, or at least that's what she admitted to. But yeah,
Probably a fluffer.
A highballer, huh? Getting that bukkake on.
I don't know what the big deal about the length is anyway, because it's not like the women have nerve endings like in their stomach. So I don't really. I would much. Let me say this. I would rather have the girth than the length.
For all you little kids out there, some of your sexual experiences, she might not even see your dick. Just letting you know. I mean, you get horny, you pull her pants down, you hitting it from the back, you done, you roll over, you go to sleep.
You're quite the charmer.
Wings has got moves.
Sure know how to wind it down a late.
How long do you give yourself before? How long are you before you're sleeping? I'm picturing like 90 seconds. It's just like you got hit in the head.
Dear God.
Yeah, but you guys both. I know Woody's been there. He's gonna plead a fifth on this one. You never had one of those. All right, close the blinds, honey. We'll do this.
The kids are asleep.
Well, I've been married a long time, right? I've had like 3,000 experiences. We've had the entire range, of course. Hey, what warrants the death penalty?
What warrants the death penalty?
I did a whole commentary about this one time, and I thought about it a lot. And I feel like manslaughter does not. If you accidentally killed somebody, obviously that's not, But I feel like first-degree murder, when it's premeditated, which is the prerequisite for first-degree murder, or one of them at least, I think that's death penalty. I'm gonna have to go old school with you. Like a lot of people want to put these people on death row and put them in these like movie classes and shit. I think they just need to fry them all and just clean them out. But like if you've killed someone premeditated first-degree murder, that's death. If you're a child molester, I don't think that can be cured unless. I think if you're a child molester, you have two options: one, death penalty; two, an extremely long prison sentence, 30 years or more, plus sterilization.
So you know what? I'm similar to you, but I would go sex offender, not just child molester, and it has to be violent, right? Because like a good example is when that 18-year-old hooks up with the 15-year-old and she can't consent until she's 16.
Yeah, that's
not death penalty stuff, right? I mean, that's just he probably should be dating older girls, but it's certainly not death penalty. Yeah, violent sexual offenders. Yeah, I'm done with them too. That's fine. I'll go.
Yeah, that's what and by sterilization, I do mean castration, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
Not chemical
that's what I'm.
Castration.
Yeah.
Oh,
why not just force like a sterilization shot for all prisoners as like an extra incentive not to go to jail?
That would make sense. Like now, no children for you. You're not gonna pass down those criminal genes. It's a good idea. And then we could go find their children that they've already had and deal with them.
Oh, you can't go that far. But like,
I don't see
like Bobby, you don't want to bust that beer bottle over Mike's head. You might get sterilized.
Oh shit. Why do people ask questions? Like I know we're not supposed to bring up the chat box. The guy goes, "Kyle, what's the youngest blank you gotten?" I can imagine what you mean by blank. Not cool. Yeah, but those are the things that I would go for with the death penalty. And you're right, sex offenders and people with first-degree murder, and I can't really think of anything else.
Do you guys know what the death penalty is in your states? I know we're all from different states, aren't we?
I'm from Georgia. We do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, we got an electric chair. Yeah, we still do the electric chair here.
Wow,
and
that's how it should be.
There's either you get two choices: electric chair or hanging.
Wait, they still hang people where you live?
Yeah.
That's pathetic. That I'm the most northern person here, and I live in St. Louis.
Hang 'em high. No, there's places that still have the firing squad. I think Colorado does.
Utah is the only
they don't
place still
actually-
have a
Fire
firing squad.
squad. I read an
They
article
don't
about
do it, right?
Yeah, they
I
did
mean,
it. Like,
Yeah, they
not
just did it.
Yeah.
They shot a guy to kill him?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not what you think, Woody. They get 4 guys, right? And they give 3 bullets and 1 blank, and they mix them up on the table before the guys come in, and each guy picks one up. So nobody knows who kills the guy because
they give
everybody's
3
probably going
bullets
to
and
think
1
they
bullet.
had the blank. So there's
I
always
hear
doubt.
you. But isn't there like a different recoil?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I didn't think they actually did that anymore. It's lethal injection in North Carolina.
Yeah, that's what it is here.
Yeah, and
believe-
they go on about, like, these stupid fucking liberal lawyers want to go on about, oh, it hurts, it's cruel and unusual. We're killing them, it's supposed to hurt.
Yeah, the
If
hurting
it,
isn't
if
the
it was
part that
me,
bugs me.
I'd rather be hanged than lethal injection.
I would too.
I'd rather
I
have
just
my
wanna-
neck broke and be done with it.
Your neck snaps and you're done. With the lethal injection, they're strapping you down, they're putting all these needles
You got
in
to
you.
weight on it, and it's like,
Yeah.
just put the bag over my head and hang me.
Have you seen Law Abiding Citizen?
Yeah.
No.
That makes me not want to do lethal injection. That was horrible.
Yeah, that was
Where they like
awesome.
mix up the chemicals and he's all screaming and dying.
Oh yeah, he mixed
You don't
them up
do
and
that.
he,
You
like,
can't
swapped them
actually.
out.
You can't scream.
Well,
Yeah,
all
I
right,
think they knock
well, see
you
what
out
happens
first.
in the movie
They
is
sedate you.
that he put different drugs in so that it would be
Yeah.
incredibly painful.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they
did
sedate you
sedation.
in real life, and
Actually,
it's probably a
paralyzed
pretty
you.
pleasant experience.
Actually,
You know,
paralyzed. The first
Have
one
you guys had
paralyzes
surgery?
your body.
Have you been sedated before surgery?
Yeah, I have.
It's wonderful, right? It's
Before-
really, really nice.
I got a
So,
nitrous tank right here.
I bet you do too. Do you honestly have a nitrous tank right there?
Of course not. What do you think?
Dude, you have access to things. Like
What kind of things do I have access to? You act like I work at a government agency and I can just like bring
anything
home.
money can buy. That's what you have access to. I bought it. I'm a little gullible that way. Murka, death penalty talk. What
Lord, I
offenses?
have no problem with it. I just think that I don't know. I don't think it should be painful. Like if they're gonna die, that's the punishment. You shouldn't be punishing them as they die. I don't know. It's just me. And like, definitely murderers, not manslaughters, and
See,
I don't know about sex offenders. I think
we
sex
got
offenders.
pussy. We're growing pussies up. Listen to this guy talk.
What?
Bring back the guillotine. It's
Yes.
cheap, effective, and easy cleanup.
The guillotine. You want to
Look, here's the way I see it. All right, now as far as death row, we've got these people sitting on death row for like 10, 15 years. There are certain situations where
That's
it's
40,000 miles a year.
It's beyond any doubt this guy's guilty. You know, he's like on video doing it. We have DNA evidence. We have multiple witnesses. You know, like a person that goes into a mall and shoots 10 people and everybody watched him do it. The cops watched him do it. We know he did it. Dude, after the trial, which is a stretch if you ask me, just even having a trial for him, take him out back and shoot him in the back of the head. Like, put him in the let everybody watch. Put it on TV. I got no problem with putting it on TV. The ratings would help pay for the other prisoners.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know, so assuming the guy's guilty enough that he's really bad, thinking about the views it would get, I might volunteer to put it on my YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
I could see.
I mean, the only reason they don't do that is for like the family's sake, because you're kind of defacing a family name, and you wouldn't want to watch the whole world watch your husband get his head chopped off because he decided to shoot up the Anderson Bank or whatever.
No, we need to
Yeah,
make an
that is
example of
kind
that
of
bitch.
sad, though. Yeah, I mean, he's got
Yeah,
kids,
well-
perhaps.
Fuck his kids. Maybe they get a little punishment too.
They're
Maybe
kids.
maybe
What
they
if they
steal
don't deserve
something
any
to him, like,
punishment?
man, we shouldn't hang up the bank.
Little Johnny won't be shooting anybody. He saw what happened to Daddy.
All right.
I'm all for, and I think I mentioned this in my commentary like a few months ago. I really like the movies like Death Race and Gamer and The Running Man, where in the future they have sort of like a futuristic gladiatorial setup where you've got the death row inmates fighting to the death. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I would, like, fuck baseball, man. Our national pastime should be gladiatorial fights. And go old school with it. I don't need them to have laser guns. Give one guy the harpoon in the net, give the other guy a sword and a shield, and let's go.
Old school.
And after the one guy wins, and he's like out there, he's like, yeah, I won. let the tigers in.
What if they banded together against the animals? Just shoot them.
One of them has to die before you let the tigers in.
Yeah, you wait till one of them's dead to let the tigers in. And
No, I mean, like, what if they, like, made an alliance and then you just let a bunch of tigers at them? I don't know,
then
that's
you
my
put
idea.
lasers on the tigers' heads.
No, then you have one of the guards shoot one of them. If they make an alliance, you have the guards shoot the one with the longest sentence term.
Yeah, you just like pick up your microphone. You're like, kneecap him. Ow!
Tigers with laser beams. I don't see what could go
I'm
wrong.
sensing an investment for you.
No, tigers. Somebody said lions would be better. You can't really tell on the Discovery Channel. Tigers are massive. A tiger would beat the shit out of a lion. Lions are weak.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I didn't know that. I always thought lions were kind of king, and it turns out tigers are king.
Yeah, the Bengal tigers are like 10 feet long, not counting the tail.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you bring in like
who would win?
a killer
Tiger
whale.
or a bear?
Dude, a killer whales are way more badass than tigers.
How about this? Make a man fight a gorilla. That would kill a tiger and a lion.
No, I think the tiger would kill the gorilla.
No, dude, a gorilla is strong as shit. A silverback gorilla can pick a car up and flip it.
I don't think they have the tools though. I mean,
Yeah,
tigers are strong too.
It doesn't
they're
matter.
all blunt force with the gorilla. The tiger's gonna like be ripping and tearing stuff.
You never see this shit on the Animal Planet? They had like animal matchups. The gorilla destroyed the lion. He like grabbed it and broke its back because the gorilla had so much more movement and he was so much stronger than the lion. And all the lion could do was bite, while the gorilla just grabbed around his neck and hugged on to his feet, and he just ended up picking him up and breaking his back.
There's a nice zoo in North Carolina Zoo. They've got gorillas and lions, don't they?
Pretty sure.
Yes, they have both. North Carolina Zoo is awesome. It has elephants. It has polar bears. It has seals.
Field trip.
I just went. You know what? I went there recently, and I put up a video of my whole family shooting a baby buffalo. We said it was Onslaught.
I saw that.
Yeah, but I think y'all underestimate gorillas. This is our ancestors here. This is what we came from. And they have them on record. The gorillas can pick up 1,500 pounds with just their arms. It's like, why can't we do that?
Car.
Because we don't need that for...
Dude, I hate to tell you, there's cars that weigh less than 1,500 pounds.
Well, I know, but when you say
you can pick up a car...
That's just his arms. He's not using his back or his feet. He's just... Boop,
when you say this guy can pick up a car, we're not expecting one of those like motorcycles with 3 wheels, like
Dude,
I'm
a gorilla, if
imagining
he uses
a
his back
silver-
and he like put himself in, he can flip a car. Like I'm talking about like a deuce and a
Flip
quarter.
it?
Just put it on the side.
maybe
flipping
yeah.
isn't lifting.
I mean, you only have to pick up half the car's weight anyway.
But Wings, riddle me this: a bear, like a brown bear, like a grizzly bear, or a gorilla?
That'd be a
better
tough
fight.
fight. That'd be a tough fight.
This
I'd go with
guy's...
the bear.
Somebody in the stream said that it's been estimated that a male gorilla could bench press 800 pounds on a bench press.
He can do that. He can do more than that.
I was going to say, I saw my dad do 500 one time.
Dude,
Well,
Oh my gosh,
I've seen humans
that's
do
amazing.
more. I've seen humans do like 700-800 pounds.
Yeah.
My
I mean, like,
father-in-law's
look at bulls. You ever seen an Angus bull? They're like
Yeah, oh my
4,000
God.
pounds
There's
of
nothing but
muscle.
muscle.
My
caught-
father-in-law, he's like amazingly strong, and like he was a fireman his life, and he owned a weightlifting club and stuff like that. So, but I met him later on. So at like 65, he hadn't worked out for like 15 years, and he decided to enter this weightlifting competition. So he just like laid on his back and benched like 370, and like that's just his walking around strength at 65 years old. He's 73 now, but yeah, that was it's a strong guy.
Dude, my asshole would be outside of my body if I did 370.
If you put 370 pounds on my chest, I think I'd be 1 inch thick afterwards. Like that'd be the end of me.
I'd be choking myself with the bar. Oh man, dude, you ever see like those weightlifting shits where they blow an elbow out and shit when they're doing it?
God.
Fucked
Oh.
up.
Or the
I
arm
watched
wrestlers who
that
just shatter each other's bones. Have you
It's
seen
hard
that?
to watch. What did you say? The what? Where they
The
shatter
arm
each other's
wrestlers,
bones?
like those super jacked arm
Oh,
wrestler guys
yes.
who it just shows them in the most tense moment, and then one of the guys' arms just shatters.
I've seen cage fighters do that too. When you do the low Muay Thai kick and then you check it, and it's just shin on
Yeah.
shin. Sometimes
Yeah.
those things snap. It's
I saw that happen to that one guy. He's like 7 feet tall, a black guy. He's like really skinny. And that happened to him. on UFC one night.
Yikes.
Because his legs were, he's got like probably 40-inch legs or something, at least.
Yeah, maybe he has a long, thin bone.
But he did. He was like a really, like, lanky, wiry type dude.
Mm-hmm. Hey, did you guys hear that the PS3 is getting a new Netflix? Do you guys use the Netflix on PS3?
No.
Yeah, I do in the front room.
It sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, you got to put a disc in.
Yep, you got to put a disc in, and it's like slow to load. And so I use the Xbox and the PS3 Netflix, and the Xbox is so much better. Now I know PS3 guys hate to hear that their system's not as good in any way, but when it comes to the Netflix integration, man, it is a million times better on the PS3. But the good news is, new PS3 comes out. It's supposed to come out this month, and it's not going to need a disc anymore. So the only enhancement I've heard is not going to need a disc anymore, but I'm hoping that it's sort of improved across the board as they roll out a new version. That maybe you can search for Netflix movies now, whereas as it is today, you kind of get some recommendations and your queue, and that's about it. You can't like search for like airplane movies or whatever it is you're into. So, yeah, PS3 got new Netflix this month. Looking forward to it. Anyone else?
Nope.
Nope.
God.
Like, what's the point? It's like saying, like, hey, guys, now on the Wii, you can talk to your friends. Like, we've been doing that for a while. It's just like, it's like, I mean, we've got that. We've had that. Netflix is perfect on Xbox. I could sit there. I've watched every decent movie on there.
Yeah.
Dude,
See,
I'm still looking at this gorilla shit right here. I'm looking at the Animal Planet right here. You guys are way off. The weightlifting was right. A human can out bench press a gorilla weight wise because of his structure. He just can't do it because he can't balance himself. He's not smart enough to balance the weights. But a full grown silverback gorilla can pick over 2 tons up above his head.
Yeah, that's what Kenzie said.
How much can a grizzly bear lift? Or how powerful is that?
Dude, the silverback gorilla is the strongest animal on Earth.
Really?
Crocodile's
Yeah.
got the strongest bite.
Yeah, the crocodile's got the strongest bite on Earth, but a full-grown male silverback gorilla can break you in half. He can rip your arms out of the sockets and hit you with them.
Awesome.
That's like a Gears of War.
He could literally take your truck and just pick it up if he got under it.
But you see, I don't know. I'm questioning that. Like, when they say he could, what does it say exactly that he can lift it?
4,600 pounds is what they've had the biggest lift of a gorilla's done so far.
All right, now I'm picturing that to be a deadlift. When you say he can pick up a car, I get this image of like Superman holding it above his head.
Yeah,
and
I do too.
Preparing to fly.
Yeah, I think that he's about to like throw it at the bear.
But I think a gorilla could take a Bengal tiger.
Like, suck it, bear. Have a Hyundai.
Yeah, like, no, of course. If it
Look
can
at the
throw
hot head. The bear laugh at the plastic piece of shit.
well,
It all depends on what size bear, too. If you get like a full
Hondas
grown
have come a long
bear,
way.
Yeah, they still got plastic all over the motherfuckers.
I think
It's
that a
still
Hyundai
unsafe.
definitely has some stopping power when it hits you by being thrown by a gorilla. I don't know. It's just me. I'm not a weapons expert like you
Yeah,
guys.
that brings an interesting question, right? Which one's running stopping power, the gorilla or the tiger?
What if I'm in Black Ops, either
It all
one?
depends on what size engine the Hyundai's got rolling. If it's got the 1.0, I don't know, but the 1.4's got a little more ass behind it.
I'm guessing bears have juggernaut.
As much
saying.
of a better topic
Black
as it
jacket.
is than dicks.
Time to move on.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see a full-grown Kodiak bear versus a silverback gorilla. We should make that happen. We could do that.
Can we get a bear and a gorilla on the podcast?
No, animal rights people got to fuck everything up. I'd want to see that fight. People would pay to see that fight.
Have you guys seen the Bug Fight website?
Bug fight?
Oh, you guys are
No.
missing on
Wait,
Bug
bugs
Fights.
fight?
Yeah, it is
Wait, I got my money on the
amazingly good.
centipede.
How do you get bugs to fight?
You put them in a small aquarium, and they get the most badass bugs in the world, like gigantic, like Japanese beetles against scorpions. They get these crazy, like tarantulas, and even scarier spiders than that. They get praying mantises fighting centipedes.
Where do I
and,
see this?
Shucks, I hate to make this thing like a web-based thing, 'cause so many guys listen to it through their iPod, but I will look up Bug Fight. for you.
Yeah, Wings can put it in the link in the description of the video if you guys are watching on YouTube, which is where we prefer you to watch it.
So I just put a link in the chat. Japanese bug fights. And everyone's going to stop watching the podcast now. But this thing, they're up to 30 fights now. But yeah, like you click on the 30th, and what do we have here? Man, it's taking too long. I'm sorry, iPod listeners, if this is slowing down for you.
Yeah, that's
it's like
awesome,
a whole
dude.
theater arena. This is,
Is there a Japanese announcement that's like, "Oligoro centipede"?
All right, I gotta stop this. But yeah, there is. There's absolutely. So the only thing that's in English on the site are the names of the bugs. So you get to see like centipede versus tarantula, and they're like, "Oh, it's good go!" And then at the end, it'll announce which one's the winner as well, and be like, "Winner!" And there's one like stung and poisoned on his back, and the other one's doing it.
This makes me think of Pokemon for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm just saying, like, couldn't possibly the bugs kill each other with venom?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do, right? But who can get the venom? And a lot of these bugs have hard shells. So you see something like a scorpion, and you think it's going to be a badass, and he just keeps poking at the centipede without any success. Whereas someone else has, like, massive pinching head antennae or something. The bugs that walk around with a claw instead of a face?
Yeah.
They're, like, picking up this, thing, and so, like, that thing against a scorpion, that guy would pick up the scorpion and squeeze it to death, while the scorpion was trying to sting it unsuccessfully because of the
scorpion got the claws too.
People complain about the ads on my videos. This is like a 2-minute ad.
Scorpion claws are weak sauce compared to those bugs with the giant face claws. Yeah, the beetles. I think last time I went to that site, there were about 24. So there's a good 6 new fights on there. They're still updating it.
Do they have
For those of you,
a reigning champion, or is it like they just new ones every time?
I think it's like the UFC, where it's not really that one guy's the best. Styles make fights. So while this guy may have beaten this great scorpion, he's not going to match up so well against a nimble spider. And so I don't know that they have a champion announced, but you definitely get to see who matches up where.
Yeah, and like they do. This is awesome. It comes on and they like do the black and white close-ups of each bug like it's a boxing match. They're like, beetle, scorpion, and then it's like, and then they have a what's it called when it's like the body of a man but the head of a bull? What's that called? A minotaur?
A centaur, right?
That's a minotaur.
That's a minotaur.
It's a minotaur. Yeah, they've got like a minotaur there, and he like puts his arms up and he goes, "Fight!" And like, and the thunderbolts like come out of nowhere, and it starts. It's awesome. It looks like I make this show at my house, dude. He'll pick the scorpion up, the entire body. He's got it. This is great. This is the coolest thing you've ever shown me.
Well, shucks, there it is. So JapaneseBugfights.com. Wings will put a link in the description unless he's negligent. If he is, leave 5,000 hate comments on his channel. And
with ratings. Give me 5,000 dislikes. Oh, man.
I don't know about you guys, but this freaks me out a bit because like I'm afraid that they're in my bed with me now.
Nice.
Bugs don't bother me except cockroaches.
I thought that water bugs freaked you out.
I can hear it faintly in through Kyle's
It's
mouth.
not me. I got mine muted.
Oh, do you? Someone is like, Harisiktan Konika! Like, all right. Someone's getting it on over there.
This is great. Maybe we should do this. Maybe I should. Can I put this on YouTube? Would it be an issue if I made my own bug fight and put it on YouTube?
Where would you get bugs of this caliber?
I wouldn't have bugs. I could get like. I guess you're right.
We should just live stream bug fights next Painkiller already. Just let them sit there and go at each other all the time.
What about like 50 ants versus a wasp that I cut the wasp's wings off?
Oh, there are some giant wasps in this thing. And
that's creepy, man. That's
yeah.
I'm getting a little creeped out.
I can't give
That's
you
a
your
big
bear
ass
versus
fucking
tiger matchup, but all your dream bug matchups exist on this site. So,
but it doesn't have a bear versus a gorilla, so I'm pretty disappointed.
It's the best I can do.
Well, work harder.
All right. Hey, do we need a new topic?
This Japanese guy. I'll see if the scorpion gets his ass whooped.
I can't watch the centipede when I'm afraid of centipedes.
I don't think what you guys are making it brings compelling podcast material here.
All
No
right,
one wants
all right,
to
fair
watch
enough.
you.
Dog, you
listen
gotta watch this. This beetle he's power bombing the scorpion. He's got him like a vertical suplex.
Wings of Redemption. So long-term Painkiller already, people will know how important and critical this is to you. I saw a new Fleshlight on the market. It's yeah, it's for the movie Avatar. Those blue people, they have Avatar Fleshlights, and you took such an interest in the vampire one that I thought maybe this would be up your alley. Just saying, it's there for you.
The people at Fleshlight need to expand their minds a little bit. Like, that's a good idea. That's for starters. But I could come up with a lot of different ideas for that. I mean, you let me sit down for an afternoon with a pen and a pad. I'll come up with 5 new Fleshlights. That would be awesome.
Wow, I'm on Fleshlight.com, and this is just revolting. Some of these things.
Why would you buy a flashlight? Seriously, you got a hand.
Because if you want to masturbate with blue chrome metal, this is the best thing you can do.
Well, it's not chrome metal on the inside.
Well, I know. I mean, like, on the outside, if you want to be chic, someone walks in on you, they'll be like, oh, that's just... Oh, is that a flashlight? Like,
Just imagine how stupid you got to feel sitting there like, because your hands wrapped around it.
See, now that leads into the topic from a long time ago. Why is it that women get to use toys and there's no stigma attached whatsoever? If anything, they are the preferred girls with open minds. Yet a guy brings in a toy and he's the biggest loser, horrible person to exist.
Because girls feel unpretty.
I don't know if I mentioned this last time. That's what? I don't know if I mentioned this last time we were talking about this, but that's one of the things that I like to buy ladies. Like, I'll go...
Fleshlights for you?
No, dummy.
Kyle, you're doing it wrong. The girls don't use fleshlights.
No, a vibrator. No, it's
okay.
I like buy one and have it sent to their house and hope that no one else opens it. But, though it's kind of funny if somebody else opens it before they can. Yeah, that's like an awesome gift. What lady out there would not want that as a gift? And I got to stop watching this bug fight. It's creeping me out.
These are some big fucking bugs.
Yeah, they are. They're creepy. But yeah, that's like the best gift ever.
Imagine seeing that big ass bitch in your house.
They can be expensive.
It says here
I know they can.
$65 for a mold of a vagina.
Well, it depends whose vagina it is, man. Think about it.
It looks to be generic pink.
Yeah, that's no good. You want somebody's fame. You want a famous vagina.
Now, what does a famous vagina look like, Kyle?
Well, I mean, I could link you if you want.
It's got character.
I'm pretty sure you probably show 1.5 million pictures.
Oh, somebody said Betty White. That's not cool.
Who the fuck's wanting to screw Betty White?
Yeah, that's not cool at all.
She's the last one, right? She's still alive?
Yeah, she's still alive. She was what was it she won a while back?
I saw this meme.
She was on SNL. She won some kind of Facebook. There was some kind of Facebook thing to get her on SNL, and they put her on there or something. I don't know.
Nice. I saw her holding a big Excalibur sword with a lightning bolt in the air, saying there can only be one, because she's the last remaining Golden Girl.
How is that something to be proud of?
Yeah, all my friends are dead.
No, but it's the what's the movie called? There can only be one. Somebody help me.
Masters of the Universe, He-Man.
No.
Highlander.
Highlander. That's what I'm going for. Thank you. Yeah, it was a Highlander reference.
I love Sean Connery.
So, did you guys hear the story about the guy who set up the webcam and there was a suicide? Do you guys know this at all?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, well, I heard
No,
it.
I don't know what happened.
Here's how it goes, and someone correct me if I get this wrong. These two people were roommates, and I think they were in a college, so they were not like close friend roommates. They were just sort of bundled together roommates. And one set up a webcam of the other, and Murka, or someone help me here. Did he get caught actually having sex with another guy or masturbating to gay porn?
No, it was with
He
another
got
guy.
called fucking another guy.
All right. So he got caught
Do we know if he
being
was
gay,
bottoming?
and his jackass roommate in college streamed it on the internet. So he outed him. He wasn't, he was in the closet prior to that, and so the guy got outed against his will, and then within a day or two, he killed himself because he couldn't, deal with, he wasn't ready. So Yeah. Thoughts?
It's really fucked up.
Let him go.
What do you mean let him go?
Seriously, let him go. All right. He drove you to be depressed, in which you ended up killing yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he couldn't help you kill yourself. His whole goal wasn't to kill you. It was to get a fucking video that got a lot of views.
So what's manslaughter? Right? When you
I don't think
accidentally
it's
kill somebody?
I don't think that's not manslaughter. It's not right.
I think
That's a gay guy being a pussy.
I think the only way to go after that guy would be on some grounds of invasion of privacy and some kind of like internet law and something like it probably wasn't legal to just to stream what he streamed on wherever he streamed it. But I mean, really, it's just gonna be a slap on the wrist for the guy and like a black mark on like his Really, the worst punishment is that he's got to live with that. I don't know how he feels about it. Maybe he's the kind of guy that's like, yeah, that faggot killed himself.
Here's what I don't understand. If the guy likes buffing dick, and he obviously like guys, why would he be ashamed of it?
Well, maybe his family didn't approve. Maybe there are a whole number of reasons he might have been wanting to hide.
Did he not think that he might one day get caught?
Oh no! He probably thought he was going to get caught someday. It's just I don't know. If his family or his dad or mom disapproved or something, he probably already had psychological.
Yeah, we're talking about like a 19-year-old guy.
Yeah, and he's
first of all, let me just say this: if a video came out of, I hate to mention somebody's name in this situation, but a YouTuber with let's say 80, 90, 100,000 subscribers, if a video came out of them going at it with some dude, that'd be crushing.
That'd be bad. I want it on my channel.
You would want.
What he could do one of those analysis videos where he analyzes somebody's lifestyle. So as you can see right here, Gold Club is really nailing only using blade.
Oh, he made an error here. That guy's not properly lubed. You need to, you got to
see.
slow
I
down.
told you he didn't have a small one. You can tell that's really hurting.
Well, now he's just camping. He's got no movement. He's not playing the objective. Hey, what is he controlling the engagement? I don't know.
I'm not sure they're engaged.
Well, he's like, all right, see now that's good team play. See how he's giving him the reach around? That's what I like to see.
That's what I like to see. Oh man. But yeah, it's sad, and then I don't even know what the appropriate punishment for accidentally driving a guy to suicide would be. It should be something
They should make him hook up with the guy.
Yes, they should make him hook up with that guy, and they should broadcast it on national TV.
Wow, suddenly something seems really fair about that. That's just awesome.
I mean, his intention wasn't to get the guy to kill himself. He ended up killing himself over it. If you try him for that, then you got to try every girl that a guy's hard up for, and then goes fucks around with his best friend.
Well, it's kind of different things, but
it ain't
still,
a different thing. It's the same thing. One guy's a faggot, one guy's not.
There's no way to punish him for that.
That's just the same thing with the child molester.
It's not the same, and here's
why. If a 30-year-old guy rapes a 16-year-old boy, it's oh, okay. But if a 30-year-old guy rapes a 16-year-old girl, it's the end of the world. Same thing we're dealing with here.
This is why it's different. I want to go here, because what Wings has described is, a guy pines for the girl goes on and lives her life anyway. She shouldn't be prosecuted for, just finding
being
some
hot.
guy and moving on and, being hot and liking the guy's friend, right? It's kind of a jerk move, and it breaks some sort of protocol. But it's not nearly in the same class as a guy who secretly films someone having gay sex and broadcasting it to the college over the internet. Right? That's not the same thing. She's just being herself and living her life.
Let me say this. It's the same aspect thing. For example, I mean, the guy wanted the girl. She broke his heart, so he committed suicide. The guy didn't want to come out of the closet. This guy forced him to come out of the closet, so he committed suicide. It's the same thing. It's somebody doing something and inadvertently putting you to a depressive state enough for you to kill yourself.
There's a huge difference between having some sort of similarity and being the same thing.
It's the same thing. I mean,
I was like, so Wings is so clearly 100% wrong on this. I wonder if there's any scenario in which he can see that. And I'm coming to the realization that there's not. That
No.
you're it's like an impossibility. You're like, no,
You've just
exact
got to
same
come
thing.
to Woody, you just got to come to the realization that bears are people, and wings can double Dutch like a black man. Like I just imagine like Wings he's a big guy and everything, but all of a sudden like his legs start moving like the Flash, and he's just like, see, told you I could do it, and his legs just like going. And you're like,
you guys are too young for this, but have you ever seen What's Happening with that big heavy guy who would dance with disco? DJ, What's Happening? No? God, you gotta be
old. You just
old.
aged yourself.
I did. I was even young for that show. I think I saw it in reruns. But yeah, there was this really heavy black guy, and you wouldn't expect him to be able to move at all, but like every episode he just freaking, got down. And
He's
he
a
did these
bubba.
crazy dances. A bubba, all right.
That's what we call a bubba. It's a big guy. He's probably 300 pounds. Like there's a bubba on our fire department. His name was AC. He's probably about a 300-pound guy, real short. You wouldn't think he'd move at all, but he can outrun most people. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's cool when you see that. All of a sudden you see some guy, he's like dancing, doing that thing where you put like one hand back bend on the ground thing. And it's like, whoa, that guy can move.
Have you ever seen the episode of Saturday Night Live where it's Chris Farley and what's that guy's name?
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley are both trying out for a position at Chippendales, and there's only one position left. And Patrick Swayze just had done the movie, what was it, Dirty Dancing?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're both up there. They're both wearing leather pants and like white, like button-up shirts, unbuttoned.
Leather pants and maybe just a bow tie.
A bow tie.
And a bow tie, yeah. They rip the shirts off, and Patrick Swayze is a good-looking man. He's like in awesome shape, and he can dance really, really well. And Chris Farley's like, no. And there's just like, there's stuff hanging out everywhere, and he is putting his all into it, and it is awesome. It is. Yeah. I was watching it, I'm like, give Chris Farley the fucking job. That was badass. There's big girls in the club. Come on.
They even complimented him. They're like, "Well, your dancing is better. We gotta go with Swayze."
Oh no, I probably would have went with Farley because you got to market him right. You got to be the ladies' take-home special. You see those homely-looking girls with the rounded face that they're not really porn star material, but they're like girl next door material. You got to market it right.
Do we need a new topic?
I don't know. What do you the way?
Well, why don't we talk about the Black Ops shit?
Oh, okay. So, pure awesomeness. Hey, there's a couple things I have heard from unidentifiable sources. One is that you won't be able to tube span right off the start of the game. So, like for the first 30 seconds, you won't be able to fire tubes, which is nice. No more spawn killing. That domination game where the first thing you do is take A or C. Yeah. People won't be able to just shoot them in the air and take you down, which is super cool. Super cool.
Yeah, they had that in World at War. Well, it wasn't immediately, but after a while they realized that, they were assholes who would learn how to shoot the rifle grenades on, like, Castle and just, like, nail you out of spawn.
I've seen you search and destroy games will make in last 10 seconds.
Yep. Oh, I've had searches on Bog and COD 4. I can nail that car, dude, every single time. I always get doubles, like, off the break in TDM or anything. I've gotten several quads and stuff. It's awesome.
It's only awesome if you're the shooter.
Oh yeah, it's like maps like Wasteland could be fixed if they put that in there.
Yep. Wasteland and Rundown's another one. And Karachi. I was gonna say. If you try to take C on Karachi, they get you there too. It's a pain.
It's just gay.
But like, so that's a small. It's a small change, and it really does matter. But what really, really matters to me is how much they're kind of looking at what's going on out there and putting some effort into dealing with the problems that people have.
Yeah.
And that is awesome.
I still think we haven't requested enough from JD 2020 and Treyarch. I know they're probably in what they call it, the gold era, where the game they just got to hurry and get the game out. But like I put something on my channel today debunking Ninja Pro. I'm wondering if they're going to make Ninja loud like in World at War again.
I hope
because that's
so,
what
man.
I want.
Yeah.
I want to be able to hear Ninja. And
I do
people's
too.
Like, well, people's like, well, Ninja's not supposed to be counter. It's supposed to counter people with It's not there for headsets. Headsets are not factored into them making games. I can guarantee you that. What happened is they put Ninja Pro so silent because they figured they'd make a counter with SitRep Pro, and they fucking suck at coding.
Yeah, it is not a balanced. Because here's the situation you're going to have. You're going to have a guy running around with Ninja. And if I'm running around with Ninja and somebody else is running around with SitRep, I can hear that guy running around with SitRep a half a mile away. If he has not eagle ears, that doesn't make any sense. If he's got like fox ears or something, he'll be lucky to hear me when I'm 3 feet away. If you're 3 feet away from somebody in Modern Warfare 2, I've got 15 different ways to kill you. I'm like Jean-Claude Van Damme behind you.
You're in commando range, bitch.
Yeah.
I'll grab a chicken and smack you on the head with it.
Yeah, I can take your gun away from you and beat you with it at this point. I'm surprised that Infinity Ward didn't put that in there. You know, like hold the melee button down like you do in Halo, and you just like... You remember that move in The Matrix where the chick kicks the guy's shotgun and it like flips backwards out of his hands and she shoots him in the back with it? That would be an awesome move to have in a video game. I like if you could walk up behind somebody in Call of Duty and like hold a button so that you like kick past their kick under their arms and kick the barrel of their gun, it flips around back to you and you shoot them in the ass with it. That'd be a sweet ass game. Like I know you know it's for an FPS purist that's kind of a weird thing to say, but I like cool little stuff like that.
I'll be happy with just gore.
It'd be just like Assassination, right? In that, it doesn't really give you an advantage. It's just if you have the time, you can pull off a fun kill.
Yeah, exactly.
The only cool assassination kills where you like knee them in the back and then break their neck on the ground.
Gears of War has some really good ones, and I heard what's that guy's name? Their spokesperson. It's like Cliff Blazinski, Cliffy B. He was saying that this time around they've got a new assassin. What do they call them when you like curb stomp people? The different moves, whatever they're called.
No?
He said they got a new finishing move or whatever that he's been trying to get in every game, but they never would let him do it. You rip the guy's arm off and beat him with it.
Nice.
So like Jax in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
That just might be
really
too much.
Interesting. It's so I've been wondering who can finally take down the Call of Duty juggernaut. Right? It doesn't look like it's going to be Halo. I think a lot of people are going to switch over to Black Ops, and then in no time, Black Ops will be the top guy. So, but someday, somewhere, Call of Duty won't be the biggest game anymore. And I wonder where it's going to happen. And Gears is going to have dedicated servers, and it was going to have something else I was excited about. And it just sounds like, I wonder if Gears could possibly be that game.
The biggest thing about Gears, like I'm definitely getting Gears, but what I'm excited about is the campaign. Gears of War campaign is one of the best campaigns I've ever played. That's like in a first-person shooter. It's an awesome storyline, and the only thing better than Gears of War campaign are Gears of War campaign commercials. Wow, those are good.
Hey, actually, it just dawned on me. Gears is Xbox only, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not a candidate.
It's not even going to take. It's got to be a multi-platform to even have a chance.
Suck it, PS3 noobs.
Gears multiplayer would have been.
You can say
fun.
it suck it all you want. Like Halo has 400,000 people on. Modern Warfare 2, it probably has around 8.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe, you'd have to include all the platforms because I think I'm looking at September now.
If you're looking at all 3 platforms, they got over 1 million on probably right now.
I'm not sure, but if Gears fixes their balance issues and their lag issues, and their campaign has always been great, I wonder if it could be that.
Gears is never going to do it.
Personally, I like first-person shooters more than third, but I was just excited. And then it has dedicated servers, so that maybe they have fixed the lag issues that ruined the last game. So
Third-person shooter would never do it.
Well, Counter. Wait, no, is it Counter-Strike?
Counter-Strike is an FPS, first person.
What's the one I'm thinking of? The big PC.
SOCOM.
Game? Okay, yeah, SOCOM. Thank you. Yeah,
SOCOM was not fun at all.
But see, SOCOM isn't fun. But the reason SOCOM was so popular is one of the first games with online play on the console, and that was their big selling point.
Yeah, well,
SOCON 4 will not dethrone shit, dude. No. I remember when SOCON Final Confrontation came out, and people were like, "Oh, this is going to break Call of Duty down," and then the shit sells nothing. It's like saying Rainbow Six is going to destroy COD. I don't see COD dying for at least another 4 years.
Wings just responded to the chat. That's what he was saying about the SOCON thing. But, yeah, someday someone will beat Call of Duty, and I don't know who it's going to be. Right? It can't be on top forever.
It's going to be an Electronic Arts game.
They're all clunky.
Like Medal of Honor or something?
Yeah, no, but the fact is, Electronic Arts is going to one day scrap the fucking 30 frame per second engine, go up to a 60 frame per second, put dedicated servers on it, and then they're gonna. What's going to happen to defeat Call of Duty is you got to hit a niche that people like, and you got to fucking copyright it right out the gate.
I don't know what it's going to take to do it.
Electronic Arts is the only studio I know that could go against Activision.
Maybe it'll be something completely new, like a first-person shooter spaceship game. Not necessarily guys running around on foot.
Would it be a first-person shooter if you were in a spaceship?
I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be.
If you can see your hands on the controls, it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what but maybe it'll be some sort of flight game that everyone gets into with really tight controls, and you just work it like that. So
I don't know. I think everybody just likes the idea of controlling a little super soldier, and like making him kill people. That's what I like.
The thing I like about Call of Duty is how smooth it is in the kill streaks. And that's what Call of Duty did to stand out above everybody else. They went up to a bigger engine, and they threw these kill streaks in. Because, 1, 2, and 3, they were okay games, but they weren't a monopoly then. As soon as Call of Duty 4 dropped and the kill streaks came in, the game got really popular. And, it appeased a broader fan base. More people could come into the game and have fun with it. That's where games like Halo mess up with. I mean, me and you, Woody, were having these conversations about Halo just doesn't help you out get good at the game.
Yeah, people act like that is a positive characteristic of Halo, the fact that it doesn't invite new players in, and they say, well, Call of Duty, or I should say Modern Warfare 2 in particular, was noob friendly, and that's bad. It was noob friendly the wrong way. It gave people some overpowered choices like the one-man army noob to danger close nonsense. I'm not asking to start me in Halo with a rocket launcher, which would be kind of noob friendly. It doesn't require any skill. I'm just asking for some help on learning the game. Things like kill cams, things like some map contours on the radar, things that help me come up to speed a little bit. How about
this for a playlist?
To make the learning curve slow. Oh, and then the other thing, the maps are all recycled. So you think you're going into Reach and it's a new game and that's going to help you out a little bit, but if Black Ops comes out and they start using all these COD 4, Modern Warfare 2 maps, you're not starting on an even playing field. Other people are walking in knowing all the lines of sight and traffic patterns and etc. It's not right. So,
be like World of War. Oh, I completely forgot. I started thinking about World of War when it first came out. People would run down the middle of airfield.
That'd be nice, yeah. And
I remember what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like this for Halo. Like if a player's doing really, really bad, say he's going like 6 to 10 negative every game, how about give him a BR while the other team has to start with an AR to kind of even the playing fields? Maybe that,
I don't like that. I don't think it should be balanced, right? I'm not trying to give some guy without skill a leg up in the same way that Painkiller does. What I think they should do is just, maybe give him some instruction on how to be as good as that other guy. Not necessarily, if you beat me because your aim's better, then all right. But, how about I get to see my strafe and see, maybe I'm strafing forwards and backwards like a moron and I'm easier to hit than I think I am. Just show me those things. I want to see what I look like. I want to see I could evade a lot better if I could look at the radar while I was doing my thing. So, those are the hints I want. I'm not asking for Painkiller, for example.
I'm asking for a tutorial level.
Yeah. Or, Black Ops is doing something to help new people. They have that against the AI level.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like this. Like, you come in, announcer talks to you like, avoid this many shots. And then you have a computer shooting at you, and you got to sit there strafe, and then they judge your strafe, and they give you tips. Because obviously Bungie knows how their game is played and how it's played good, and they base it off of that. So they basically teach you how to strafe, and then they give you tips like if a player is doing this, you should do this. And then they have like other things like grenade throwing seminars, kind of like the pit on Modern Warfare, where you got to shoot the little things pop up. Maybe you got to throw a grenade a certain way and bank it.
Like fight games do. Right, fight games have an opponent, and you can sit there and work your combos until you do them reliably.
In sports games like Madden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
and Black Ops is doing something to help people get in where you can go against the AI, which is nice, because if you step into multiplayer and all of a sudden it's, some guy on Christmas morning against Wings of Redemption, it's discouraging. You're like, man, I can't do anything right. This is terrible. And
that's a beast.
But you can go against AI for a while, learn your way around the maps, and at least have some sort of clue how to play the game. You know how to work the controls. You know how to navigate. You know where you're going, at least. And you do that for a while, you can step into multiplayer, and you'll still take your lumps, but it won't be as bad. So helping new players get into your series is not a negative thing. It's a positive thing. And Halo has it backwards.
Did you see that busted-ass MLG map we played on the other night? That shit looked gay as hell.
Which one?
Asylum, where they took all the cliff and scenery out and made it like fucking Tron.
I like it. I like that map. And the only reason I like that map is because it's so simple.
Dull.
I know all the lines of sight. I can mostly evade on it. Sometimes the ring and the areas are thicker than I expect them to be. But, yeah, that map I can know. If you take one like Reflection, it's a complicated map. And not only is it a complicated map, but it's a recycled map. So yeah, I'm slow at learning it and where all the spawns are and everything, and other people know already. And
I got to show you a nade I learned the other day on Reflection.
Do you guys ever think that like it might not even be like first-person shooters that are big? Like it might just completely switch it up. Like maybe it's on like Minecraft they'll take control.
Well, technically, World of Warcraft is the largest game in the world right now. If you want to get technical.
Is it?
But I mean, like our community, like what we do.
It's
the whole
10 million.
commentary scene.
The reason, let me tell you why Call of Duty has exploded since Call of Duty 4. And it's not the kill streaks. What has done it is the whole RPG aspect of the game where you unlock things. And it borrowed that from games like World of Warcraft. You're always looking for that next more powerful pair of boots or that next helmet. Well, that's how Call of Duty 4 is. You're always trying to get the digital camo and the red tiger and the blue tiger. You want the ACOG scope on your M16. You want the silencer. That's what's done it. It's the unlockables. It's the little mini game within the game. So that even if you're doing poorly and you're having a hard time, you're still getting 2 or 3 kills to help unlock the silencer for your MP5, and you have that to look forward to.
I don't like the RPG aspect of
I love the
shooters.
RPG aspect.
I know, you and I are polar opposites. I am just not into it at all.
This brings me to the fact of Blacklight Tango Down. I would like to see that system integrated into a Call of Duty environment where you can change the barrel of your gun out. Short barrel, long barrel, adds range, silencer, no silencer.
See, but that's for like people like you that like want all that technical stuff. I feel like most kids just want a different color on their gun. Like they just don't care about that intricacy. I feel like they're just like, oh, I got a green paint now. Like I feel like that's all they care about.
I don't think it really matters what it is. They just like it's the aspect of unlocking something. Like I mean, in Black Ops, people are going to be all over this shit wanting to unlock the next face paint. It doesn't matter. You can't even see it. The only people who see it are the people who you're killing. And they probably just get like a glimpse of it. But still, you want to like in the loading screen and be like, yeah, man. I had
the idea for the custom gun way in the back. I like the idea.
Have you guys seen the perk list? Hacker looks fun, man. That looks really cool.
It does. It looks like it's going to be kind of annoying occasionally, like when somebody does it to you. But I could see myself making some funny videos where I sneak up behind somebody, like turn their claymore against them and then leave.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
What is Hacker?
Okay, so there's Hacker and Hacker Pro. I need to look them up again. But basically, it's the ability to turn your enemy's equipment and care packages and things like that against him. So, like, you could run up to their care package, turn it against them, and leave. And then they get the Harrier, drop it, and it starts shooting their own team, which is funny. Or maybe they have a Claymore set up. Instead of just blowing it up and trying to survive that, you could hack it and now make it's a friendly Claymore to you, even though they planted it. And
I feel like there's just something, I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like that's going to get really, really gay somehow. I don't know. Like, it's just going to get really horrible.
I want to say this before we continue on this topic. Here's an idea I've had. Have like a nemesis section with the new custom guns. Like if you kill somebody 5 times in a match, you grab his gun and you take it as a trophy, and it saves it onto your hard drive. And you could next game you could pull his gun out and start using it on him.
5 times in a match. You know how many guns we collect?
Yeah, we have so many guns.
Yeah,
Each of us would get 10 guns.
Maybe it gives you a choice. Do you want to collect this guy's gun? Like in World War II, snipers would take the other guy's rifle they killed as a trophy.
Yeah, I don't know. I can just see people with like Woody trophies all over the internet talking about it.
Oh yeah, that'd be a disaster. Every single person who was in the community would be like.
I don't think I've ever had somebody kill me 5 times on Call of Duty in one match.
Ever? Because I'm thinking about that one-on-one. Just saying.
Yeah, unless it's like a cage match or something. Like that's a really rare occasion.
Yeah, if it's happened, it happened because of noob tubes. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Yeah, I'm sure I've been killed 5 times by the same guy before. It happened. I've got like a gazillion games. Must have happened.
Now, Reach would be a different story. There'd probably be 6,000 guys with my fucking little Reach gun now.
So, another thing, they took Full Metal Jacket. It's called Harden now. And it's a perk. It's a second perk slot thing. So, that's kind of interesting.
Have we figured out what Harden Pro is yet?
I've got a good idea. It's going to be Stopping Power Pro.
No,
Extra
they've made
damage
such a big. I've heard that rumor a million times.
No, it's not going to be stopping. It's not going to add damage to your gun. It's going to add damage to vehicles.
Oh, Stopping Power Pro. Yeah, that's a good idea actually. You know, to take out vehicles and sentry guns and things like that.
UAVs and shit.
I see. Yeah, because a lot of guys are saying that Harden Pro will be Stopping Power, but Treyarch has said so many times that there's not going to be Stopping Power and there's not going to be Juggernaut.
Well, people don't understand. Sure Stopping Power is already in the game.
When they say there's not going to be Stopping Power, I'm sure they don't mean the Stopping Power is going to be Harden Pro. Like that's not what they're saying. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and another thing, like the confusion about Flak Jacket. Flak Jacket Pro protects you from fire, like from flamethrowers.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally fire resistance, like the kind that burns you, not like gunfire.
Oh, there's another thing. Sleight of Hand Pro, everyone is saying that it doesn't have any impact on sniper rifles. So the quickscope guys aren't going to get that boost anymore. And see, I talked to Wings about this before the podcast or a few days ago, and we had different. From my standpoint, I was like, I don't have any problem with quickscopers. It's not like they're owning me. I have a problem with one-man army danger close noob tubes. That's unbalanced. That's terrible. But if a guy gets the knack for quickscoping and wants to play that way, then go for it. And Wings' problem was that sometimes those people are on his team, and he's like, just stop it. I don't want you on my team.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to quickscoping, like taking skill again, like COD 4, like where it's not just like everyone and their mom can do it easily.
Dude, quickscoping in COD 4 took less skill than it does in Modern Warfare 2.
No.
ACOG M40 is the worst gun in the world. It is glitched.
But you're not talking about quickscoping now. You're talking
that is quickscoping. That's what Grizz considered quickscoping. If you see a Grizz montage, he had that fucking ACOG M40.
But I think are you not talking about no scoping, are you?
Talk about that quickscoping bullshit. Bloom. If somebody quickscoped in with the ACOG, they consider it a quickscope.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what.
I never really thought of that as quickscoping. I just thought of that as like, I don't know. Most of his montages, he's like spinning and hip firing.
Yeah. Have you heard about his new montage coming out?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I saw that one clip where he throws the C4 at the Dom flag and quickscopes it out of midair.
Yeah, I heard there's 3 of those, and he gets multi-kills with them, too. Like, he throws a C4 pack in the air, shoots it, and gets, like, triples.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, man. So, I enjoy good editing. At the end of COD 4, there was some really bad editing. For some reason, they thought every kill had to, like, blink white in some freaking sadistic effort to give me a seizure.
Yeah, they always want to make you like go into an epileptic seizure. I'm like, dude, play me the gameplay, put some effects on it, but don't blind me.
Yeah,
you guys are sort of preaching Grizz right now. I remember the Matrix had like a 3-minute intro.
So wait a minute, I'm still going.
It was good though.
Hold on. The editing has gotten so much better. Like if you've seen Optic Predator's new thing, where like the triangle zips in on the guy's head and it goes all like crazy. It is really, really good editing. But Grizz is the only one that seems to take the best, 3 minutes of gameplay out of 6 months. And now guys will play like for a night, get 3 quick scopes, and put some really, really great editing on it. And so
I will say this about Circus. His montage is like from the Matrix forward, the stuff he's done, and he's only done like 1 or 2 since then. He did the Echo montage, and he did that World at War montage. But there's some like crazy stuff in there, and I like the whole Matrix idea, how like that 3-minute intro that Wings mentioned. I love that. But because they went really in depth with that whole thing, the whole Matrix aspect of the thing, and how every little episode began with it, another quote from the Matrix, like, you take the red pill, you see how far the rabbit hole goes. And it's just good stuff. I'm really looking forward to this video. I think
I still think Reaps is the best montage sniper on period.
Oh yeah,
is she the girl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like all the other ones are
she's outstanding.
Scopes, and Reaps are like 10 quick scopes in a row. Don't miss. Whole kill feed twice. It's just ridiculous.
Well, she doesn't hold to herself to a quick scope either. She'll hard scope 10 people in a row.
Yeah, she'll like throw up that thermal scope Barrett, and it'll just like hold the scope up and just be like boom, 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 boom. Take out a whole damn ground war team. It's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazingly good. And one thing that's neat about her montages is there's a lot of skill involved. Like with enough gameplay, I can hit 1 and 2 quick scopes, in a row. That's amazing shots happen with just enough time in the game. But I probably won't hit 10 shots in a row like she does. That's just really something else.
For some reason,
the longer the clip, the more accurate a representation of skill it makes. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like the stuff Grizz is doing is luck. Like throwing a C4 and then hitting it. I wonder how many times you've tried
that. That's pretty crazy.
How many tries have you tried it, though?
Yeah,
True.
There's no doubt there's a huge element of luck in there, like the thing that you just described. But it still makes for an interesting video.
I mean, I've hit a whole Barrett clip. Be quiet.
Would you? Oh, you're talking to someone in the street?
Yeah, it was like, seriously.
We don't do that, remember? It makes for
Why don't we do this?
Because everyone complains.
Yeah, as a viewer, it does get aggravating when you're talking to fictitious people or watching bug fights that nobody else knows exists.
Yeah,
they're going to see these bug fights.
Yeah, they're going to see the bug fights. I'm going to talk about bug fights in a video for the people, on my channel. Well, those are awesome. No, and another, we were just saying this, but like, for some reason in the chat box, there's several people who want to talk about bestiality, and it keeps coming up. And it's, did something happen recently in like pop culture that is an issue now? I don't know why that keeps coming up, because I've seen it at least 4 times, and I'm not really even paying attention to the chat.
I think it's the same guy, because I've seen it too.
Oh. Well, wow.
You're a freaking pervert, whoever that is.
That Japanese bug thing should be ScorpionGetsHisAssKicked.com, because every one the Scorpion just got beat down.
No, the Scorpion beat the bee. Did you see that one?
Oh, I haven't made it that far.
Scorpion beats a bee.
Hey, we're at about an hour and 15 minutes at this point. I've got at least one more topic to cover. I want to know what's worse, drowning or burning to death?
Burning.
Drowning.
Burning is much worse.
I'd have to say burning was worse.
I think burning doesn't hurt after a while.
Really
like, doesn't it stop
burning will send you nerve endings. After about 30 seconds of it, you can't even feel it.
30 seconds of burning alive.
Yeah, just think about drowning. You got to sit there, and then your nose starts bleeding right before, because you're so lack of oxygen, your brain just like busts. A couple of things in your head bust, and you get bleeding out your mouth. You can taste the blood, and your lungs fill up with water. Then you just got to sit there and wait for your brain to die, and then you die. And all the time you're looking up trying to get away.
You'll lose consciousness.
All right,
being underwater for a while. Like
first of all,
somebody in the chat said drowning in a pool of fire, which is awesome. but I've been burned before. I've had 2nd and 3rd degree burns on one of my hands one time, which actually healed perfectly. So just so you know, I don't have Freddy Krueger hands or anything. But yeah, I would so that hurts a lot. I'd much
but you're thinking you're burning all over your body, and your nerves are going to be charred. You ain't going to have no nerve endings, no feeling.
I think I'd go drowning just the same. The thing about drowning is it seems terrifying, whereas with burning, I'm imagining I'm out of the picture pretty quickly. But it's an intense pain. It's a scary thing, and drowning, I think I could just sort of cope. And
drowning is like a helpless thing too.
It is.
Well, it depends how you drown. Like, are we talking about like somebody giving you cement shoes and you just go to the bottom, you take one big gulp of water, and then you go unconscious?
That's not how drowning goes, though, right? I mean, you don't go unconscious until your body is run out of air. Like, it's not about the gulp of water.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about how much water it takes. Like, just compare that to just being in, like, searing flames, just tearing your body apart.
Like I said, it's only going to be like 20, 30 seconds. It's going to take you at least 5 minutes to drown.
Well, I don't know. How are we in, like, a full body, like, oven? Or are we just, like, our legs are on fire and then our hands...
You got somebody poured gasoline on you through a match. You're burning.
That's terrible.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, I'd still pick drowning.
You're dead within a minute. Your eyes are burned out. You can't feel it no more. You can't see no more. You have no hair on your body.
Yeah, well, I'm going to prefer drowning on this one. Is anyone taking burning on this? Wings is, maybe?
Yeah, I'm taking burning.
Because you think that it'll stop hurting real quickly and it'll end faster. Yeah, I'm going to say burning's less terrifying because I think I'll be out of the... Like, I won't be conscious as long. But drowning just seems... I don't know. How can it be terrifying and peaceful at the same time? But it just won't hurt, I think.
It won't hurt. You're going to feel your brain break before you go unconscious.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, look it up. There's two lobes in the front of your brain. When you drown, they burst, and all that blood shoots out your nose.
That's not true.
That's not true.
We do not have exploding lobes in our brains that go unconscious.
No, there's not. It's not. I don't know the technical term for it.
There have been plenty of people, and Woody has probably been literally in that situation where somebody has drowned, and then through the use of CPR, you bring them back.
No, Woody, have you ever pulled someone out of the water and they have a nosebleed and you're like, that's it, we can't help them. Their brain's gone.
Oh, no,
it's exploded. No. The lobes are gone.
No, I've never had to perform CPR. I used to daydream about it. It would be like, oh my God, I hope I have to perform CPR. Even if it's just a heart attack victim on the beach or something, I would have loved a nice CPR kit. Even if it was a dude, an old dude, I'd take it. I just wanted to bring somebody back to life. But it never happened. I knew guys, like there were a couple of guys I knew that had an opportunity to perform CPR. Some of them were at like, shopping malls and stuff, but not me.
I'm just imagining that situation. You're like, what did he die of? His lobes burst. Oh yeah, that happens every time.
No, I'm looking up the shit right now. There's two forms of drowning. There's what you call a dry drowning, where your lungs fill up with water and your brain gets deficient of oxygen. And there's also a wet drowning, which causes your brain to lose so much oxygen that the frontal lobes burst and you die of a brain damage.
Link.
I think that maybe because, you're in 1,000 feet of water.
I mean, it happens for different people.
The pressure?
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about, being several hundred feet below the water and the pressure does it, but that's not really drowning. That's, if you're several feet under the water, 100 feet under the water, then there's a lot of things that are going to kill you at that point.
We'll have to come back to this on next podcast when we're all more studied on the topic. Because if your brain actually does explode... Another thing, I'm betting that if your brain explodes, you're out before that happens.
Oh, yeah. There's no way you survive and you are cognizant up to the point of brain just...
Yeah, you're not thinking to yourself, oh, my brain's exploding!
You're thinking nothing because you've been dead for 90 seconds.
Exactly. That's my prediction too. I think drowning's going to be a nicer way to go.
I've always wondered this: what is death? What is the medical term for death?
The ceasing to live.
Brain activity.
I mean, how long is it?
It's the termination of biological functions.
Like back in the day, doctors would declare somebody dead and they come back to life.
Well, that's because their heart rate had slowed down or was faint. They weren't really dead.
Yeah, but I'm asking, what is the actual term for dead? What is
brain
the medical?
Activity.
Is it brain activity or is it blood?
Okay, it's brain activity. Because everything else can be done with a machine. The brain activity is the only thing that can't be kept going.
Nope, it's not that.
It's got to be.
Like open heart surgery. You have your lungs out, you have your heart cut open, but you're still alive. But you should be dead.
I saw one time where the Russians had this dog's head cut off, and all it was the head, and it was alive.
So I have the answer, and I'll let Murka go because give you guests an opportunity to talk. What's death?
I think that it is the termination of biological functions, like the brain, not like the liver or something, because you can live with stuff like that. I guess it's just the ceasing of brain function. Like,
you can't read Wikipedia. Obviously, you started.
I started it. I told if you were listening to me the last 30 seconds, you'll see that I tried to interject 5 or 6 times.
I know. So here's what Wikipedia says. It's the termination of biological functions that sustain a living organism. So that to me means you need enough brain activity to sort of activate the lungs and heart. You need your lungs and heart pumping blood. You need those things. If you have that, then you're alive. So there you have it, Wings. Death is when your body's not sustaining itself anymore.
So does that mean that somebody who's in a coma and on life support is dead?
This is one of the reasons people don't like you.
You just got owned, buddy. You just got owned.
You know what? I even had that same thought in my head, like, if there's mechanical assistance, is the guy dead or not? But I'm going to say the machines are keeping him alive. Own that.
I'm looking at this Russian dog experiment here.
Oh.
And they keep this dog's head alive with machines. He has no heart, no lungs, nothing. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Wait, it's just the dog's head.
Just
the head. You could do that to a person.
Why do they have to do a dog? Dogs are nice.
That?
Couldn't they use a mouse or guinea pig?
It's not as scary when it's a guinea pig head because you don't care.
Maybe Russians don't love dogs. In
No,
Russia, dogs love spider.
you. Just link this shit.
What do you have a cool story, bro, for this week?
I'm trying to think. I've got 4 topics to choose from, but I'm not sure any of them are all that cool. So I could talk about regaining the use of my hand.
What are the other ones?
All right. Valid question. Saving baby rabbits, my son, and I have Woody Sees the Grateful Dead, but that's not all that great a story. Go ahead, pick one.
How about I get one for you? What was your first concert, Woody?
My first concert?
Yeah.
Trying to think. I haven't been to that many concerts, and it may very well have been the Grateful Dead. Yeah, I think it was.
Now, why would you go see the Grateful Dead?
Because my friends were going. And so for you guys, I think a lot of people were too young when the Grateful Dead was there, but the Grateful Dead was a scene. It was a whole lot more than just their music. There is the parking lot, I think, was a bigger attraction than the concert itself. And I just sort of wanted to see what it was all about. So, drugs were a huge part of the Grateful Dead. Everybody there was on pot or acid except me. So, I used to always volunteer for the designated driver spot on things like that. And, so we went. I think 6 of us piled into my friend's Volkswagen Beetle and drove about 2 hours over to Philadelphia and checked out the Dead. There were all these little wannabe hippies in the parking lot with tents that would follow the Dead from city to city to city, and you don't really see that with Eminem or P Diddy or whatever. But with the Dead, that was a big thing. About half the people who were at that concert were at the one from the last city and just sort of followed them around from place to place with their tie-dye and their dancing bears and whatever. And I had never been exposed to drugs in the way that I was at that Dead concert. And people would just sit there in the outside in the concert, but where the hallway is that sort of circles all the seats and in a typical stadium layout. And they'd look at the air, they'd hold their arms out like they were Wonder Woman and just spin and spin and spin, playing with the effects of the drugs that they were on. And the guys were offering me.
Did you partake?
No, I didn't. I didn't do anything, and I didn't want to. And the handy excuse I had was that I was the designated driver. I giggled because somebody wrote "dancing bears are human," which is hilarious. So I went to the Dead. Their music was awful. The Dead music was terrible. I didn't realize that anyone could not take a concert seriously when they were a huge band like the Grateful Dead was. But while they were playing, people left. When I say people, I mean the people in the band left. And like, there's 5 of them up there doing their thing. Then the guitarist is just like, never mind. I'm gonna go out back and smoke a little. And before long, there's like one guy left, like playing the bass on his own. Like, I'm like, I don't really know this song. I can't recognize it. And then they sort of filtered back one by one, and the other guy took a break, and I'm like, how can you take the concert so casually? You guys aren't even playing. And the lead singer was just terrible. I couldn't understand any of the words, but the scene was amazing. And at the time, I kind of looked down on all the druggies who were following them from city to city and doing their thing. The me of today, while I'm not really huge on the drug use, the experience of sort of, living in poverty and working your way from city to city, whether it be hitchhiking or only making enough money for bus fare, people would have like bread and cheese, and they'd sell grilled cheese sandwiches at the concert. And for me, it was like, wow, it's like, I don't know, old school George Foreman grill. I'm like, I'm not sure I'm down for this like food that doesn't come from a real establishment. But other people were, and they'd sell grilled cheese sandwiches and make a nice little profit. You sell one for $3. What's a bread and a piece of cheese cost? And this is how they would get enough money to make it from city to city. And now I look at that and think, man, I don't know what they do today, but I bet their lives are slightly richer for having, experienced that, living in a tent for a year, making their way from city to city, following the dead. It seems like a pretty cool thing to do, even though I wouldn't want my daughter.
Sounds like they end up in a Hardy's bathroom overdosed on drugs at age 37.
Why Hardee's? I feel like Hardee's is like the best of the fast food. Maybe like an Arby's or something.
No,
Hardee's they would be doing like high end.
The reason I say Hardee's because I live in Conway, South Carolina, and if you ever go to the Hardee's bathroom in Conway, it looks like somebody had an abortion in it every time I went into it.
Oh my lord!
Because the Hardee's in ours,
bloody?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's blood in your Hardee's bathroom, and you don't complain. You don't say anything.
Well.
And you went
It's
straight
not
to abortion
kibble,
with your description? You couldn't say it was bloody? You couldn't say someone was killed? It had to be an aborted baby?
I mean, I don't know if it's blood or not, but there's a lot of stains and a lot of broken glass in that bitch.
After you wash your hands in that disgusting abortionist
Well, see, here's the deal with Hardee's.
Say, that was so disgusting. I'll have one cheeseburger, please.
Like it's not in the building. The Hardee's that we have up in Conway, the bathroom is in the building, but it's not in the building, if you get what I'm saying. You have to actually go out the front door, go around the back, and go into it. And, wow. Motherfuckers go in there and do some stupid... I went in there with somebody shit on the floor. And the shit's been there about 2 or 3 days because nobody's went to bother to clean it. Because I used to work at Domino's Pizza, which was like right down the street there. And Domino's, we didn't have an indoor bathroom. So I used to have to walk up to Hardee's to get to it.
I just imagine somebody going in there and shitting on the floor and being like, fuck your bathroom, nigga. Fuck your bathroom.
I'm not usually a person that puts the toilet paper on the seat to sit down and take a shit. I did in that bathroom. What you're gonna get there?
Oh my god!
What a mess. Hey, on the drive home from that Grateful Dead concert, so this other car pulls up next to us, and not the profile or anything, but there were like 5 Hispanic guys in a like small Japanese car, and they looked at us with these like mean, angry looks. And my car looked back at them, and I don't know if they were doing mean angry looks or whatever, but I was kind of watching the road. Yeah, right. We had a Volkswagen Bug. That was awful. Not a new Bug, the old school Bugs. And so then they like hit the gas and sped out in front of us and got, I'll say, 200 feet in front of us. Then they locked up all 4 brakes. They stomped on the brakes and tried to get me to rear end them. And I'm sure that it was like an insurance fraud deal. Like, at the end of it, they'd be like, dude, this guy hit me. And I slowed down and he rear-ended me. He wasn't paying attention. I'd have lost. So,
how many were in the car? Was it like this 5. Guy hit me and 13 of us are here to witness?
There were like 5 people in their car. Yeah. So
is that it?
Sorry.
Did I ever tell the story about the drunk that ass-ended me?
No, but anyway, it really drove home for me. Like, wow, that designated driver thing was a great idea. Because as it was, I just sort of slowed down, changed lanes, and passed them by. it was like not really much of an incident. But had I been drinking, imagine that. Imagine this guy purposely causing an accident and I'm drunk and I rear end him. It'd be life-changing.
You know what the most amazing part about that story is?
Mm-hmm.
That there were only 5 Mexicans in that car.
My sister-in-law is like a insurance private eye type person. She goes and like detects fraud. She's those people that like photograph the guy who claims he can't walk playing tennis. And yeah, it's crazy, man. They will sit there and literally claim that there were like 13 people in a Toyota Corolla, people who do this insurance fraud. So it's crazy.
13 people. Did they hit on each other?
13 Mexicans.
I mean, most I could see in a Corolla is like 8 people if you include the trunk.
Of course you include the trunk.
You forgot the roof.
Bob, Gene, Billy, and Cope, they were riding in the trunk. They had to get to their nose appointment or whatever.
Nose appointment?
Yes.
What is a nose appointment exactly?
I was thinking about rhinoplasty.
Yeah.
Oh man, but I'm gonna tell my drunken story where somebody hit me in the ass. Then.
Okay.
All right, it was the same truck I have now. I just bought it.
Wow.
I had the truck maybe a week, and I was at McDonald's. It was late at night. It was like 2:00 in the morning. I went and got some McDonald's, and the bars around here. The bars let out at 2:00, and there's a bar called Rascals right across the way from McDonald's. And I just got my food. I went up to the turnoff thing, and this guy goes ba-boom. I'm like, I knew exactly what happened. Hits me right in the ass end. I get the truck out. I got this big 4D mag light I keep on me in the truck. So I come out. I'm looking at the truck, looking at my bumper first. Bumper's fine. It's immaculate. I look at his shit. You got the radiator spewing up and up and up and up. And then I see him. And then my face just goes smiling because I know I'm not going to sit in. This guy is so fucking drunk. He is slobbering on himself. He's like, first thing he's like, we ain't got to call the cops, do we? Like, nah, dude, it's good. His shit couldn't even run.
Man, I had the same experience like 2 weeks ago. The guy I was driving home, and so what happened was I hardly noticed the guy. The traffic sort of slowed down, and I slowed down. I didn't hit the brakes hard or anything like that. I just sort of casually slowed down like you do normally, and then I get this bump from the back. And, I see that I get rear-ended. The guy had a Ford Focus, so it was a smallish car. And now my truck, it's a Toyota Tacoma. It's slightly old now, 2003. And I made this, like, badass rear bumper out of, like, 1/4-inch rectangular steel because I go off-roading. And one thing that happens a lot when, like, your departure angle matters and it slams on the ground, and it has, like, this wraparound on the bed to protect the taillights from, smashing it on trees and stuff. So when this guy rear-ended his Ford Focus, and the truck is lifted as well, he hit the brakes. It made the nose dip on the Focus. So he hit me with the top of his hood into this steel bumper. And, we pull over and we go to a parking lot, and he's like, yeah, this is obviously my fault. I'm like, what happened, man? And he said that there was a car coming out from the side, and he had sort of hit the gas, and he was paying attention to it because he thought that guy was going to hit him. And he wasn't looking in front of him, and he hit me. Couldn't stop in time. And I'm like, man, we can just let this go if you want. He's like, that'd be great. And that's how it went down.
Yeah, I was sitting at a red light one time, and a limo actually crashed into the back of my truck. And at the time, I was in an F-150 that had a steel rear bumper, and it didn't hurt me at all. We were at a major intersection, so I just waved for the guy to follow me to work. And we got there, I get out and look, and it was like a Lincoln limo, and he had crushed the fucking grill and the bumper. The hood was messed up. One of the headlights was gone. I was like, you're fucked. That was awesome, because he's got to go to work now with that thing. There's no telling how much that's going to cost. That was awesome. But it didn't hurt me at all.
Yeah,
That's why it's nice to be in a truck.
Do you guys all drive trucks?
Apparently. Well, Kyle.
Me and Kyle does. Woody drives a foreign piece.
Wait a minute. Kyle, this is going to be a drink moment. Kyle, what do you drive most of the time?
It's not a fair question, Woody.
I was wondering if it was going to be a truck. So Kyle has, like, I'm trying not to totally rat him out on the whole wealth thing, but I honestly, I can't keep count of how many cars he has. I don't know how many cars Kyle has, and I'm just wondering which one he drives most of the time. Is it a German car?
It might be.
Might be. All right, so he drives a car most of the time, not a truck.
Well, what gauge of German? Like Porsche German or like BMW German?
This guy says a Bugatti Veyron.
Yeah, if it's a $1.2 million Bugatti Veyron, we got a different thing.
Kyle, you tell me you drive a new Silverado right now.
I've got a new Silverado. I've been driving it a good bit lately. I like it. It's nice. It's got its own phone number, man. I didn't realize that shit.
Yeah, it does. My truck's got the same thing. The OnStar, you got its own phone number. You can call people.
That shit started ringing the other day. I was like, God damn, why is the phone ringing on the radio?
You know, you could have did you get a super deal on that Silverado? Because, like, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. Like, you have an in with Ford. So
I can get a better deal. If I bought from Ford, I would have to go with X Plan, which is invoice plus a little bit, whereas I can go buy a Chevrolet for $1,000 below invoice.
How? By being a super negotiator?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh. So,
Well,
all right.
Please, I need to say this. Rappers don't
Chevy?
talk about their Toyota trucks in their videos. They talk about their Chevrolets.
Yeah, so I mean, I ended up with like a $40,000 truck for like just over 30-something thousand out the door.
I would have jumped on that.
Yeah, it was a good deal.
Quad cab?
Yeah, it's a
Leather seats and all?
Yeah, it's the LTZ 4-wheel drive. I didn't want a sunroof because that shit's gay. I didn't get the navigation because I know where I'm not gonna get lost anyway. But it's everything else. You know, adjustable foot pedals.
Do you guys actually use your trucks a lot, or do you just have trucks because you like them?
Yeah, I have a farm.
Well, I used to go hunting a lot, and if you go hunting, you can't get back there with like a Buick.
Yeah,
you got to have
and it
four-wheel
makes a mess
drive.
when you throw a dead deer in the back of one.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I also got a 17-foot bass boat, and you know Buick cars, they're not really good for pulling bass boats either.
Yeah, exactly. I do something a car can't do about twice a month, usually on the weekends. So I'm not like a work truck guy, but yeah, something a car can't do, like towing another car or mulch or something like that. Bringing plywood home, one of those type tasks.
This guy goes. Kyle's farm is called Georgia.
I completely made me think I was about to say something. Oh man.
So Kyle, did you pick a Chevy because you like them more than Fords, or because you can get a better deal, or how'd that go down?
I have the option to drive a Ford anytime I want to anyway as a demo, so kind of Ford it all out. And I've always liked Chevrolet. I really like Chevrolets a lot. I've got a Camaro. I'm
a Chevy guy too, but Ford trucks, especially in the half-ton, might be the best around. I don't know. But I wouldn't want a half-ton.
If I had to go buy a new truck right now, I'd really consider the new F-150 because I like how luxurious the cab is. That's my big thing. I don't care about towing power or 0 to 60. Maybe back when I was like 16, 17, but now I want the luxurious cab.
Yeah, it just really all it depends is the major thing for me between the Ford and the Chevy. The Ford's got the shifter on the floor, and the Chevy's got it on the column. That's the biggest thing, honestly. Everything else is the same, and you can talk about like this one tows 100 more pounds, or this one, has this and that. Dude, are you really gonna be in like? Are you gonna like hook your Chevy to the back of a Ford and have to like fight it out like it's the bug fight one day?
My friends do that all the time. They hook them up.
Well, from my experience, they used to do that when we were young. Chevrolets had the advantage because they have what you call a G18 locking back axle.
Mm-hmm.
And they generally cannot pull the Ford unless the Ford's like a diesel. And then you're basically just stepping up to a monster you can't deal with. Because there's people stupid again. They get drunk. They're putting their 1500 up against like a F250. It's like, yeah.
They break too. If you do it on pavement, one of the trucks that usually breaks at the end of it. It doesn't just get drug around friendly. You'll snap an axle or a drive shaft or something like that. But if you do it on the grass, you'll just get embarrassed.
Anybody out there about to buy a truck, tell your friends right away you're not going to help them move, because I've helped people move more times than I wanted to. Because I got a Hardy trailer as well, and people see the Hardy trailer in their truck like, I need to help move, and then when you help them move, they don't give you shit for the help.
Yeah, I tow 5,000 pounds, quite a bit more if you count all the camping gear and the bed itself and the replacement.
You got the V6 or the V8?
6. It's a Tacoma, man. So
man, dude. I'd hate to get on the on ramp.
It sucks. Yeah, it's so. In terms of braking power, I'm in pretty good shape. I've got brakes on both axles, so there's the 4 wheels, of course, on the truck braking, and then the 4 wheels on the trailer are braking. And I slow down, better than average. In terms of handling, it handles great. I've never had any problems there. In terms of acceleration, be prepared. You need a quarter mile to get up to speed. I sit there and run it wide open, like all time. Have you ever held your foot to the floor for 30 minutes in a row? I have. That's how it goes. And yeah, so like when you guys say towing power doesn't matter, I'm sure that most modern trucks can tow this, like full-size modern trucks can tow it okay. But my friends who have like, say a Cummins turbo diesel, they forget they're towing, and that's where I'd love to be.
Oh yeah, but if I towed like 5,000 pounds regular, that's where I would be at. I'd go get like me personally right now, I want a King Ranch F250.
You're nice.
I'd love with those brown leather actual cowl seats.
Here's the problem
take
with
a
that,
lot
though.
of views.
Here's the
Lord
problem.
Almighty,
Oh, okay.
I know I'm not the only one who doesn't want to hear about trucks.
Lies. Here's the problem with here's the problem with that leather though. Like it's beautiful
Oh my god,
when it's
you're gonna
new.
just go right back.
It's beautiful when it's new, but like after you drive it for a while and you're like you're sitting in the seats and just wear and tear, it looks terrible. It really does.
Yeah, but I got leather seats in my truck right now. My truck's not a young girl. It's a 2002.
But no, it's different leather though. It's like calf's hide leather, and it like you can take your fingernail and like scratch on that leather, and it like makes a permanent mark. It's meant to show like wear and tear, and a lot of like people like that look. But to me, it looks terrible after about 15,000 miles. I see them all the time. Like would they be traded in, and they just look awful.
Let's do one topic and end the podcast.
All right.
So, Murka, I'm going to let you go first. What do you look for in a girl?
Oh Lord. Well, looks initially, but if you go on a date or two and there's nothing under the surface, like if they're just boring and want to talk about clothes and.
So wait a minute. What's looks? Are you a jug man?
I don't. No, I'm not a jug man. Those things are only going south. I mean, there's no point in huge boobs or a big butt. I mean, I prefer perky, like small, kind of petite.
Mm.
So definitely not, as the stream would say, a chubby chaser. So no. But I don't know. Yeah, petite little girl. I like them when they're really short.
What, you said little girl?
Wait, was I talking to Kyle right there?
I don't know. Someone, maybe like Kyle's profile pic. I don't know. I'm kidding. She's a monster, isn't she? Like incredibly tall. No, incredibly tall.
Oh yeah, she's tall.
Yeah, no, she's very attractive. Don't get me wrong. But,
So how tall are you, Murka?
I'm 6 foot tall.
Oh, okay. So, but you like a shorter girl? Like you wouldn't mind a 5'3"?
No, like my girlfriend is about 5'3" ish. But
Okay.
yeah, so that's what I prefer. And petite, no big jugs, flipping and flopping all over the place in 10 years. Not my
I
thing.
want them flipping and flopping all over the place.
Do you? Is that your deal?
Do you really?
I mean, why not?
Because it's just, just
Kyle's
sloppy.
motto is like they might go south, but I don't keep them that long.
Yeah.
All right, so what was the question again, Woody?
Kyle's like, she's only 16. They're not going south.
Yeah, she's got several more good years on her.
She
The
hasn't even
question
started
is,
puberty
what do you
yet.
look for in a girl?
Me.
We're all. Oh, you want you in a girl? Nice. It took a second to process.
Yeah.
Oh, clever.
Like, I like a sort of a unique look, like not like you see this like prototypical look with a lot of women on like in TV and stuff, and it's always like blonde and like this certain body type, and I don't like that so much. I mean, don't get me wrong; those are very attractive women, and I'm not going to pass up an opportunity. But I like a unique look through the face shape and like striking eyes and like big old titties. Yeah,
big old titties.
See, the big old titties are just a warning sign for what you get when you're older, though. Right?
Like we said, Kyle don't keep that long. He trades up every 3 years.
It's like, well, I mean, we talked about this a while back, like what kind of woman would marry, and we agreed that I would want to marry a woman sort of similar to your wife, as it turned out. But but yeah, I like stuff like like
people don't know. My wife, she's thin. She actually hasn't gained a pound since college. She's 38 now, so that's kind of cool. She's thin. She's pretty. She's brown hair. Kind of longish, and that's my wife. So yeah, and to do it again, that's what I'd want. The ideal girl is. I think it popped into my head the other way. She's Nancy Reagan in public and Sasha Grey in private, and she's a thin woman, and that's kind of my deal. Oh, she should be nice.
Is Sasha Grey a porn star or something?
Yeah.
Okay, because you mentioned her twice, and I had no idea who that was.
Yeah, Woody watches a lot of porn. I was talking to Dimitri the other day, and he was mentioning some of the porn that Woody would come in and buy, and I'm not going to lie, I think much less...
Where is he going with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, FPS Russia Live.
See, you guys all want these petite shits. I mean, body type isn't really
The other thing, it's funny, I didn't finish, though. So the personality is a big deal. My wife is my support system, right? This is how we operate, right? I go out there and do it, and she, is the back end that I stand on top of. I don't think this is coming out quite right.
Oh, no, it's not.
But, she's the one that props me up and helps me face the world, when that's going on. When work is tough or when things are going wrong, she's the one who still believes in me. And that is enormous. That's kind of how our relationship works. I know it's not for everybody, but it's so wonderful to have someone like that who's on your side all the time, and that's not to be discounted in a partner.
And I mean, in a relationship, though, I kind of like someone who's like a real cunt, who I can argue with all the time.
I'm about to go the same route, Kyle. I'm like, I want somebody that will fight with me.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought you guys were joking.
No. I want like an absolute cunt, like an absolute bitch.
Someone just to be contentious all the time.
No, I want them to be completely wrong about shit and not want to admit it, and
Are you pulling my leg?
No. It's starting to sound. It's kind of starting to sound like a female wings.
I want somebody I can talk to. I want somebody who'll go toe to toe with me all the time. Somebody that'll keep me on the top of my game. I got to know this just to shut her the fuck up. That's the kind of person I want. I want somebody I can build off of. I've been on dates with these girls that what do you want to see? I don't know. What do you want to see? What do you want to go to eat? I don't know. Well, get the fuck out the truck then. I mean, this date's over.
See, I like someone I can easily arrive at agreement with. And that doesn't necessarily mean bowing down to what I say all the time. But, someone who's built for collaboration. Not a fighter. You can have.
I don't want someone to be disagreeing just for the sake of being like, nope, you're wrong. I don't want that.
Whatever my share of female fighters would have been, I gladly yield them to you.
Yeah, I want the chick that's gonna get physical and slap me around a little. Yeah.
And then maybe she'll
you guys with a cigarette. Wings girl got to have a 3-point KD. That would be a plus.
Yeah, my wife games. She right now she's semi-addicted to Death Spank, which is a PS3 downloadable game, and every so often she calls me in for some especially tough battle because I'm better with the stick, and then I hand it back.
So you play Death Spank with your wife?
You know it.
That would be cool as shit, dude. I'd like to have a wife that would play Dungeons and Dragons with me. When I came in here and I was playing Call of Duty 4, she knows not to walk in front of the TV because she sees what's going on the TV.
Okay,
she walks in the room, she sees Wings really playing Call of Duty, and she goes and backs out.
I want the girl not to know it's a shooter game. I want her to know what I'm doing. He's are you not guarding your flank, you dumb motherfucker?
That's funny. Murka, what were you saying?
I was saying that, not even if they don't game, I want them to have like an appreciation for it, and so they're not like, this is stupid, get off, we're doing something else. So at least it'll just be something like they don't have to be like the extreme that Wing said, where they're like giving you call outs from the kitchen. Oh, that was really sexist, wasn't it? The kitchen. Sorry.
That's where she belongs.
But,
where else would she be?
I mean, I don't want them walking in front of the TV and stuff because that's just rude. I mean, it's our hobby, and even if it is gaming, it's kind of rude.
That's why the PlayStation's upgrading the Netflix so they don't wet their disc off on the sink.
Oh,
Like,
oh Lord.
you can't afford to buy the wireless Xbox shit.
Yeah, my wife definitely knows not to stand in front of the TV while gaming, but that's kind of a done deal now that I'm in the man cave. But she would have known that was part of the thing, and yeah, so that's good.
I don't know. I've never met a gamer girl. I've never have. All the girls right here, they grew up, standing in fucking fields drinking Budweiser.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast.
Yeah, that was our last topic. Wings will put a link to bugfights.com or JapaneseBugfights.com in the description.
Get the headless dog.
Oh,
Don't
the
look at
headless.
the headless dog. You might actually get in trouble for that.
Yeah, I really don't want to see that. Actually, but I want to see.
It's an educational link. It doesn't show gore pictures. You have to actually click another video that's posted on YouTube.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
All right. Hey,
I'll
guys.
tell a dad story next week.
All right, that was Painkiller already, episode 26.
Peace.
Bye-bye.